This is my audience. How does the phrase, "you are what you eat," sit with you? Do the words pesticides and synthetic chemicals leave you feeling hungry? Does the thought of biting into a cool, crisp apple coated with chemicals make your mouth water? Surely those words aren't exactly appetizing or leave you daydreaming about your lunch. Before arguing why consumers should eat organic, I want to define the term. According to an article by organic.org, Organic Facts, retrieved April 20th, 2015, it states that organic produce and other ingredients are grown without the use of synthetic chemicals, pesticides, sewage sludge, GMOs, or ionizing radiation. Animals that produce meat, poultry, eggs, and dairy products do not take antibiotics or growth hormones. Organic foods are produced by a simple way of farming, not commercial. The process is unlike non-organic farming that uses all of the above to produce. What does that mean to you as a consumer? It means that in order to receive quality food products, non-organic farming, or in other words, conventional farming, should be deemed unhealthy and intolerable. First, I want to discuss how eating organic will benefit the consumer directly. When choosing to buy and consume organic foods, you are reducing the risk of pesticide exposure and possibly saving your immune system. According to an article by organicfacts.net, Health Benefits of Organic Food, retrieved on April 22, 2015, one of the major complaints that organic consumers state when choosing organic over non-organic is the presence of pesticides. Health Benefits of Organic Food also states that there is one pesticide in particular called organ phosphorus. This is an unnatural mineral compound that is not inhabited by humans, but more than 80% of this material found in our bodies comes directly from eating products that are coated with this pesticide. And it just so happens that the pesticide in particular has been connected to ADHD and autism. Although pesticides top the anxiety list for organic consumers, the use of antibiotics in conventional food also raise concern, and it could lead to antibiotic resistance. Up to 70% of all antibiotics produced in the U.S. are given to food animals, not people. Our bodies can only take so much. Over time, we will become immune to these antibiotics, and in turn, it will weaken our immune system and leave it completely defenseless. Next, I want to speak on how organic foods and farming protects our environment. At this time, you can turn over your paper that I have passed out to see a photo that depicts the drastic difference between soil that comes from an organic farm versus soil that is a product of conventional farming. Organic farming is the answer to environmental change and maintenance. According to Carol Satchett in her article, 5 Reasons Organic Food is Good for You and the Planet, retrieved on April 22, 2015 at grassrootsonline.org, organic agriculture feeds the earth, not just the consumer. While not all organic farms are the same, by and large, they replace key elements to the soil naturally. Industrial farming, on the other hand, saps nutrients from the soil, thus requiring increasing amounts of fertilizers and other additives to maintain yield year after year. And year after year, the soil erodes. This rinse and repeat cycle leaves us with infertile soil, heaps of chemicals, and mounting pollution. Think about that for a second. If our soil is eroding year after year, what are we to do when our sources run dry? We must take a stand in saving our land and stop eroding our soil. Not only do we have to worry about our soil being depleted and tossed out into no man's land, but our waterways are at stake as well. Our waterways are basically drinking all chemical runoff from conventional farms. In turn, it contaminates the water source, leaving toxic effects on aquatic ecosystems. If you have taken a science class in middle school, you ought to know that with damage being done to our aquatic ecosystems, we are placing a significant risk on land ecosystems as well. Just a brief example of this very problem is the Great Barrier Reef. There is so much chemical runoff from surrounding farms that trickle into the reef that is causing a huge growth in algae, which is leading to oxygen depletion for other animals surrounding it. Now that I've briefly discussed some risks towards health and environment when not choosing organic, I want to discuss quality over quantity. The big question in this argument is whether we as consumers prefer quality over quantity. I believe organic farming to be a holistic process. By eating organic, you are looking at the particular food process as a whole, not by separating its counterparts. It is simply getting to the root of what farming is and what it should be about. This means our food source should not be rained down upon with synthetic chemicals or fertilizers, as well as other distasteful parts of conventional food farming. The only plausible measure for this is for quantity, not quality. As a consumer, that just doesn't sit right with me. Organic farming is done the right way, not the American way, where we want it now and fast. Why is it so important to consume food from a holistic farming approach? The answer is simple. Quality outweighs quantity. Pure comfort and knowledge of what you're putting into your body, well, that is a quality measure. Ensuring quality is consuming an organic diet. So closing this argument, I want you to think strictly as a consumer. There are many debates on organically grown foods being good for your health, the well-being of the environment, and quality assurance. But today I want you to think of the bigger question here. Should you as a consumer have the anxiety of your food being poisoned with things such as chemicals and antibiotics? We as humans are built to consume foods, to survive and thrive, not to be cut short by choosing to buy into mass-produced food. The process of farming has been rampaged by greed and leisure. Why have we as consumers let the conventional agriculture society decide for us? It is time that we choose what is best for us, the consumers, the environment, and to reassure quality in what we put into our bodies. I want to leave you here with this quote. Many other reasons for organic farming exist, to be sure. Perhaps the best reason of all is summed up in adage. You are what you eat, which seems downright scary when considering the bonus ingredients in industrially produced non-organic food. Extend that adage to our planet, that the earth is what we feed it, and we can add a feeling of outrage to our nausea.